Alright friends, I want to talk about power for charging your stuff on the field. And everyone has some LiPo chargers here that you can use if he's on the run, no problem. You can plug in your shit here and get the stuff connected. And what do? You have some big 2170 pack or something. You plug it into your charger. Ta-da. Yeah, and then you can go and charge your batteries on the go. But you have to keep care of these batteries, and you have these balancer ports, and you have to charge them the same way like you have to charge your normal batteries. And that sucks, yeah. It's not great. So what do? You get a power bank, yeah. So you have a power bank here. It's a USB power bank, and you can go. And what do? Yeah, what we can do actually is we can get a USB cable, USB-C, plug it into your power bank, and then take your power bank here. Then you get something like this. This is a little converter, and I can show you in detail in a minute. And you just plug it into your USB. So okay, and then you go and plug in your stuff, and normally maybe other way around. Direction does matter with USB-C. Yeah, then you can go, and it's 20 volts, 0 amps right now because I'm not charging anything. Then you can plug in your battery, yeah, and then you can charge your battery with a power bank. That's fine, but something like this will only work for, it's 70 watt hours or something. So it's 20,000 milliamps 1S. That's fine, but it's not really this great. So what can we do? Yeah, charge these things all the time, and that's really not great. I don't like it because I don't want to fiddle with all this balancer port shit and stuff. And because of that, I built a mega bank here. This is a box that I have printed in ABS, and it has multiple features. One feature is what I was complaining about a second ago, is how to charge your power bank. Yeah, a normal power bank just plugs into USB-C, and you have a USB-C charger anywhere, and then you can charge your normal power bank. And I wanted to have the same experience, and because of that I bought this ISTT PD60, and this one is a 4S LiPo charger that can also charge lithium ion. And this thing has an USB-C interface for charging for input. So you just plug in something, normally your normal charger, also your desktop charger or your wall plug device or something like this, and then you can go on and charge. So like now we see 3 amps, that is 60 watts, and this is PD60, and you get the point. Yeah, so this thing can charge with 65 watts, but it doesn't matter if it charges in 1 hour or in 2 hours or in 4 hours. I don't care. I just plug it in the night before I go anywhere, and then this thing charges the battery inside. Yeah, and in a second I will show you how the inside will look like. But before I do that, I want to show you how the thing can do anything at all. Right now, this charger is the only thing that is connected to the battery, and the output of this battery is not connected to anything. So output input is the same, but you know, it's not discharging itself just because you let it stay somewhere. And we have a little display here, and we can activate it with this in button here, and you see it's 94%, 16.4 volts, and it has an included thermometer that measures the temperature of the cells itself. I have superglued it to this battery, so it knows how hot and it gets really hot. And if you completely discharge and recharge it, it gets up to 50-60 degrees Celsius. That's quite warm, but it's okay for lithium-ion cells, so it's not a really problem. And if we stop charging now, yeah, the voltage gets down to the level that the batteries actually have right now, that's 16.3. It tells me 90.91%, but that's just some guesswork between 10 volts and 16 volts. It's the 4S 3P pack in there with 2170s, that each of them has 5000 milliamps. So we get an 15,000 milliamps 4S battery that equals to 222 watt hours. So it's 0.2 kilowatt hours. In this box here, that's weigh about 1.5 kilo completely. Yeah, and to use it, you have two possibilities. One is normal DC plug here. You can plug in anything that you can plug into your car. And actually, I have something. Yeah, I have this thing from Dell. It's a car notebook charger with a USB-C output, and I can go. Don't charge now. So, and I can go and plug this one in here, touch a notebook, and then you can see that this light is going on. And then you can charge your mobile phone or your notebook or something like that with this one. But that's not the primary use case for this one. And what's more interesting for me is this USB PD output, and you can enable this with this little button here. And then we go and use this USB-C cable here. I just used to charge the thing, and I can plug in something here. My adapter on the other side, and you know that it works without complaining. Yeah, and this one powers on, and then can charge batteries with the USB output to normal DC here and use it. Or you can go and charge your notebook with this USB-C output. It works. And you have a normal USB QC 3.0 with 18 watts. You can use to charge a normal phone, or you can go and charge your power bank with your power bank. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it doesn't care which way it goes in or out, but this won't be the primary use case to charge a power bank with your power bank. But you can charge a mobile phone with anything with USB-C. What I wanted to add is more and more things you need on the field to fly and to do something have USB-C only to charge them. So, for example, the DJI Avata has this smart batteries here that don't have a balancer plug or something like that. They only have the smart interface, and you have an included charger, and this included charger only accepts USB-C, and that's fine if you're at home. But if you're on the field and you only have 1 or 2 batteries and they are empty, you're pretty much stuck if you don't have a big power bank. And this way, the normal power bank here, like I showed a second ago, would only be able to charge something like this 2 times, and then it's empty. Or half a notebook or 1 notebook, and yeah, it's not really much. And everything has USB-C right now. You have these controllers that have USB-C to charge, and no other way around. if it's empty and you're in the field and you want to fly, you're pretty much stuck there. And or you have the goggles and you want to charge them, you need USB-C. Yeah, no other way around right now with the V2, the Google's 2, not V2, Google's 2. Yeah, and that's because I think that this power bank is pretty important and pretty useful to have something big to charge all your USB-C devices. What I also wanted to tell you is this 12 volt port here is a straight output from the battery with a fuse to this port, and you can easily take a 12 volt car charger port here and solder XT60 on it, and then you can go directly from here to the input of your charger, and you're fine. And you can use 15 amps or 20 amps, whatever your cables can handle to charge your batteries. So you can easily use 300 watt output from here to your charger. It's no problem, but you need fitting cables and a fitting fuse on both sides inside this power bank. And usually those car adapter cables have fuses, separate fuses inside. And if all these fuses matches what you want to do, you can go further than just 100 watts or 200 watts. Maybe they are rated for 100 watts, but it's 16 volts, not 12, so it's a little bit more. I guess 120 watts would be perfectly safe, and usually if you don't charge 4 batteries at once, 100 watts is fine. Yeah. And yeah, that's what I wanted to add here. And then I will show you how the thing looks from the inside. Yes. So. All right. So. Go there. Inside you have this 2170 pack with 12 batteries. It's 4S3P. You have 3P here, 3P there, there and there, and 12 volts come out here at the top, and on the other side goes round, and the negative side goes out here, and all of these plugs are connected to these cables here and to this display and the switches and so on. Yeah, and of course they're also connected to the charger here, and I have made this box to accommodate all the stuff, and I printed this little bar here to fix this, hold it in place so it doesn't wander around or doing something that shouldn't do. Yeah, and if you make such a pack, you should know what you're doing. It can be dangerous to handle those batteries, and for example, on the positive sides, I have everywhere installed this isolation under this nickel strips to stop shortcuts from happening from the positive to the negative sides. It's pretty important. If something touches here, it is a bad day for you and everyone around. So if you make something like this, you should know what you're doing. But if you make a field pack, it's the same story. It's just a hassle to charge the things. So I wanted to have an USB PD input, and this is this charger here, and this charger here, and this charger is just 17 bucks on Amazon. You can get it pretty cheap, and you can plug it into here and you're fine. And yeah, I can show you the design of this box here. I have the STL files. I can publish them to Printables. It's no problem. Alright, I told you I wanted to show you how I made this power bank here, and it's quite easy. It's just a box, and I measured the dimensions of this charger here and made some negative cutouts on both sides, on the top of this box and on the bottom side, and I made this support here where you can put your charger on, and it lies on this side here, and I put some rubber here to fix this from sliding out. Here are the cutouts for the balancer port and for the DC XT60 port, and yeah, it's quite nice, it works. And we have some space to spare for something else, or you can put in bigger batteries here if you just move these walls to the right or move these lips here. You actually can go a little bit more to the front, but you have to make sure that the plugs for the 12 volt for the USB work. So you need to extend in your head the size of this cutouts here to see if the box can fit or not. Yeah, you can just take this one and move it so far to the left, so it matches now. And if we just go and make this top part here invisible, and then you can see why I made this cutout here to the bar. It's made to make space for this mounting there on the bottom, and yeah, that's how it's done. And if you want to make your ROS, maybe you just put it a little bit more to the right or a little bit more to the front, so it doesn't interfere there. But I already printed the box and the top, and then I realized that this bar is not working, so I made it. This is strange, but it works. And version 2 might have this part a little bit more to the front or more to the right, so don't need this strange looking stuff like here. And the letters here are just normal text elements that I put into the top of this box, and I made the printing pause at the exact top of this top of the box, and then I changed filament to black, and so you have different colors, or you have a printer that can do different colors. It would be more easy. And one little safety feature is that this output here is fused, and you can change the fuse. It's 15 amps right now, but I guess the cables here can easily handle 20 amps, so maybe I'll just exchange the fuse with something bigger. But if you have 65 watts on this and 18 watts on this USB A, and you have something about 60 watts with this DC plug here, you just barely hit this 15 amps, and so I guess it should be fine. It should be only a problem if you get a really low battery here, and I've discharged it to about 10 volts, and then it's it's quite empty there for lithium ion cells. It's 2.5 volts per cell. That's the point where you should think about charging it again. But it works, and it's quite nice, and I like it. And yeah, so you have a power bank you can use for more or less anything. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this one right now. Okay, bye bye.